Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Right now, it is my pleasure to be joined by the champ, the two-time Super Bowl champ. You already know him. You love him. I'm talking about Booger McFarland at ESPN Booger. Booger, look, what's happening, man? What's going on?
What up, T-Bob?
Chilling, bro. Hey, Boog, let's dive into some NFL free agency. First, very generic, widespread here. Which team has had the best offseason thus far?
Well, I think you look at what Tennessee did. You know, they needed to address their pass rush. They got Bud Dupree, a guy that's, when he's healthy, he can provide some much-needed pass rush. I like what New England did. They had a ton of money to spend, so they come out. I like what the Giants have done so far. They signed Leonard Williams. You also get Adoree Jackson. So, and then obviously, you know, the team that's your nemesis, the team that you love to hate on, the Buccaneers, because they kept the band together. So, I think those are just a few that have kind of come out swinging early on. But again, these teams are not or have not taken shape yet until they put the puzzle together. And the last piece of the puzzle is going to be the draft. So, it's still early in the offseason. I know we like to look at winners and losers, but, you know, all that stuff will kind of come to fruition as far as who did what and how the complete team looks, probably like around June or July, because you still have your post-June 1 cuts that are going to take place, and there'll be a couple guys signed in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been a fascinating offseason, obviously, because the salary cap, a lot of like the, you know, like middle-class NFL players being squeezed out and one-year contracts all over the place. As far as the Saints go, Boog, we knew it was going to happen, but there has been a bit of a bloodletting. Not necessarily with any of the major stars, but like, I don't know, you've been in locker rooms all over the NFL. How tough is it to overcome losing that many, what I would call kind of like blue-collar pieces, your kind of meat potato pieces?
Well, it can be tough, especially when those guys are established. But that's where, you know, Mickey and Sean and those guys in the front office have got to do a really good job of identifying a lot of talent. I think this is a year more than any other year where, let's just say, and I don't have the number in front of me, the Saints have 8 draft picks. Those 8 picks are probably going to make the team unless they just totally suck. And they're going to be required to contribute just because if you look at the sheer dollar value and how the salary cap is going to be, they're going to have to keep those guys, and they're going to have to hope those guys can develop and play just because with a reduced salary cap and guys making so much money, there are going to be a lot of rookies that are going to make teams, even in some cases where in a different year where the salary cap was higher, you may not keep a rookie or two for a veteran. But I think this year you're going to have to keep the rookie based solely on the fact that his dollars and his cap number is going to be low.
And you get 2 comp picks, Bug. They're in the 3rd round, and we were having that discussion the other day. I know when I was playing in the NFL, if you were a 3rd-round pick, like they counted on you to be a starter, and if you weren't a full-time starter, to at least be a spot starter. So right there in the middle rounds, getting those 2 extra picks, you feel like you have to hit if you're New Orleans.
Well, no doubt, and you know, it's funny how you went back to the Stone Age when you played, but back when the fullback was a viable option.
Wow, Bug. I thought we were 318 brethren.
Bug,
I thought we were together in this deal.
Hey, I love the 318. I love going over there. Squire Creek is my favorite golf course in the world, or one of. So I love going over there near your neck of the woods. However, the fullback has been outdated. But to your point, if you're drafted in the first 4 rounds, I think it's a pretty good bet that you're going to be on the team. Now, how or what level you contribute to is going to be up to you and your development and how fast you pick up whatever offense or defense or special teams. But at the bare minimum, unless you're a quarterback, you're going to be required to play special teams in some shape or form.
Talking to Booger McFarland at ESPN Booger, and Boog, you obviously...
They know that, T-Bob.
I'm not doing this dance with you. Not today, Boog.
I think they kind of do now. I mean, he's on TV.
You too now?
We're on CST now. We're on in 11 states. They see his picture.
I am never going to reintroduce you ever again. Ever again. Okay, fine. You win. You finally have won. Now, you are a diehard silver and red Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. You lose all objectivity, meaning you've followed this team very closely over the years. You saw Jameis Winston very closely. Do you think Jameis Winston wins that battle with Taysom Hill? And I mean, what should Saints fans' expectations level kind of be for him taking over? I mean, it's tough to be the man that follows the man.
So here's what I'll say. I think if you're a Saints fan and you have aspirations of winning the Super Bowl, then you want Jameis to win this job. Because I think Jameis' ceiling and what he can do with the offense and what the offense can be is a hell of a lot higher than what it can be and what it should be with Taysom Hill. I get it. You know, Sean has told us for years that Taysom Hill is the second coming of Steve Young. Well, we're going to have to see it. And quite frankly, we didn't see it last year in the 4 games that he started. There was some good, but there was also some bad against Denver where he had to. I mean, what did he throw for 100 yards against Denver?
Yeah, and Denver,
that doesn't win.
Denver had a running back playing quarterback.
Exactly. So, you know, Jameis is a very talented quarterback. And let's not leave Sean out of this.
Yeah.
Because I think this is also a referendum on Sean. Because everyone has ever said is Sean and Drew Brees and what Sean did for Drew, and he's a quarterback whisperer, on and on and on. Well, okay, Sean, it's easy to do that with a Hall of Famer. It's very easy to do it with someone as accurate as Drew Brees, but can you work your magic with Jameis Winston? So this is also a referendum on Jameis and Sean as much as it is on the other. Like, this is on both of those people to, A, come in and learn and be a student of the game if you're Jameis, but also for Sean, hey, if you're the guru, let's see it. Like, minimize the turnovers, put him in position to succeed, and make him be a better quarterback. And then I think everyone will kind of reaffirm what we already feel is that Sean is one of the greatest quarterback coaches and quarterback, quote-unquote, evaluators that we've seen. Because if he doesn't, if Jameis is terrible and Taysom is reduced to running the Wildcat, then a lot of people are going to question Sean and what he saw in Taysom and what he's done with Jameis in 2 years.
Look, obviously, during this NFL draft process, Trevor Lawrence has been the guy that's been talked about as the number 1 pick for over 2 years now, but there's a lot of quarterbacks going to be taken in the first round. And a guy like Mac Jones is kind of catching some heat because a lot of people are saying, look, you played with all these first-round receivers. But I think it is funny that that's the conversation with Mac Jones playing with 2 first-round receivers, you know, potentially 3, depending on what Mechie does later in his career. But Tua was playing with 4, and you didn't have that conversation. Do you think Mac Jones is capable to be an NFL starting quarterback, or do you kind of subscribe to the belief that it's because of who he was playing with, like a lot of people?
Well, the last time I checked, I don't care who you play with, Mac still had to throw the football.
Yeah.
He still had to drop back and go through his progressions and put the ball where it goes. It's amazing how you get penalized in some conversations and some debates for playing with good people. I mean, nobody ever criticized Phil Jackson for having Kobe, Shaq, Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen. We just say Phil Jackson is the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
It's amazing how we look at it. Let me see Phil be the greatest coach of all time with Antoine Walker, Purvis Ellison, and some other people that, weren't great players. Mac Jones, in my opinion, I think if you rank the quarterbacks, and I'm going to help you guys out because I know everybody likes lists, and T-Bob is struggling this morning for content, so I'm going to help him out.
Yes, sir. So Love it, Boog. List it up.
Yes. So if I had to write my list out, I would put Trevor 1, Zach would be 2, and then I think after that it's a wild card. I think Justin Fields is I've seen more of him over the last couple of years than I've seen of the other guys, and I trusted more. I'm going to go with Fields at 3, even though I'm not in love with it. I would put Mac Jones 4. I think Jones is going to be a starter in this league for a long time.
Wow.
I think he has a chance to be Kirk Cousins or better. Okay? Don't tell me about his athletic ability. He ran 4.83 yesterday. Guess what? Baker Mayfield ran 4.84. Pat Mahomes ran 4.8. He's not 5'2" in Tom Brady. And last time I checked, the quarterback position is not a relay team. It's called quarterback, not the 100-yard sprinter.
Right.
To me, the guy who scares me the most is Trey Lance. He's got 17 starts. Did we forget Mitch Trubisky? Did we forget guys like Mark Sanchez, guys that had very minimal starts and how that turned out? Last time I checked, hey, Trubisky was super athletic. He had a lot of escapability. You know what he escaped also? a second contract, and now he's somewhere else. So I'm not really concerned about the elusiveness and the foot speed. The quarterback position is about this. When I give you the ball, can you get the ball where it needs to go in a timely manner? Can you make good decisions? Can you not turn it over? None of that involves being able to run the 40 and 4.4. None of it.
Hey, and to your point, look, quarterbacks I play with in the NFL book, Phillip Rivers, and a guy you play with as well, Peyton Manning, those guys are not winning many races in the NFL. Like anybody in the NFL, I don't know who they could beat in a race, but in the pocket, their footwork was impeccable. I mean, it was elite, and that's really all that matters is how are you in the pocket? How is your footwork in the pocket? Can you step up when you have to step up to get the throw off? It's not about how fast can you run in a straight line.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, if quarterbacking was about running in a straight line, I mean, I ran 4.5, but I couldn't.
I knew a 40 plug. I knew a Boog 40 plug was coming.
Boog, I didn't know this. Wait a minute, Boog, you ran a 4.5?
Yeah, wind at his back, friendly hand timer, whole deal.
Well, first of all, it was at the LSU Pro Day in the indoor. Last time I checked, there was no wind involved.
True.
One caveat, it was on the old turf. Probably the turf. I'm not sure if you played on this turf.
I did.
Or you practiced on. Okay, so you know that turf was really firm. But with all that being said, at 3:02, I ran 4.59, 4.61 on Pro Day.
There's two guys in this room that ran a 4.5 now. You're on the phone. I'm in this seat. T-Bob can't be in that club.
Yeah, I jumped 30 inches.
T-Bob ran 4.5, but it was at the 28-yard line.
Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this dynamic that you two have right now, so we're going to end this interview. I can't remember who we're talking to because I can't introduce him anymore. So whoever you are, I hope you have a great week. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Hey, absolutely, T-Bob. How's the weight loss going? Because we're kind of almost to bathing suit season. Are we?
Bro,
we bathing suit ready?
No. Fingers crossed. We're trending nicely here, Book. We're trending nicely.
What does that mean?
We're working out every day. I don't know the actual number, but I mean, I feel good, right? It look good, huh? Yeah. Jake's doing a 28-day fast. I'm not quite there yet. I might get there eventually, but yeah, we're feeling good, Book. Feel good.
28-day fast. What does that mean? Are we not eating for 28 days?
Yeah, he's like Jesus. He's wandering the desert and being tempted.
It's 16 off, 8 on, Bug.
Oh, so you're basically like intermittent fasting.
Yeah. T-Bob just shouldn't set it up right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm done with y'all. I'm done with both of y'all. Goodbye. Y'all have an excellent day. Thank you so much. And we will close out hour number 1.